Hey, I'm Leona Nicole Black, and this is your general daily tarot reading for 27th of September. It's a Thursday. Listen, you can see there's a lot of cards on the table, more than you can fit on the screen at the moment. And when I pulled the cards, I was like, Spirit, can you use your inside voice? Because, I just thought this message is just kind of shouting at us a little bit. It is a culmination of everything I've been saying all week, but it's circled back. So some of us need to hear it again. Some of us need it told to us more strongly. That some of us includes me. So, okay, let's get into it. The reading starts here with the Seven of Pentacles, and again, it's really so we've had this Pentacles, this Earth sign energy following us throughout the week, and it's really about what we value and where we placed our effort and our energy, really, and what we want to see come into fruition in our lives. And with the Seven of Pentacles card, is what I said about looking at what we've invested, looking at where we've spent our time, looking at where we've gotten to a certain place or something and wanting to see that thing go to the next level. This is really a card of harvest, and we are in the autumn season, which is harvest season anyway, so we're really looking to reap the benefits of where we've laid our love and our intention. But the next card is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel really strongly like it's saying the picture of success and completion that we see is not on the cards. Like, there's no other way for me to put it. It's a no, to be honest. It's like you're still here, you're still looking at this thing, and this thing is not going to grow into this. It's just not. And the tower card here is two things. The first message I feel is that it's some of us being chucked and forced out of this reality that we're living in because we refuse to see that it's time to move on from this. So we are forced into moving by this crop failing, basically, by this whole thing shutting down, burning down, finding out things in a painful way, new information. I don't know, it could be something as simple as like the person that you're really in love with and want to be with, you find out they got engaged, or do you know what I mean, or they're having a baby or something, like something that's just like not along the lines of where you thought the potential of the situation was going, for some of us. For others, this tower card here is actually an energy that's pending and wants to complete, and is that it's we have invested a lot and we have built, but it's not on a solid foundation, and we're going back to foundations at the moment. And so whatever we've constructed on that needs to be pulled down, but this energy is pending, it's waiting to complete, and it's almost waiting for you to leave so that the clearance can happen. It's really waiting for your signal. So you really have to use your intuition to see where you are in your growth cycle and which one of those things relates to you. But I pull clarifiers really on the Tower card, and we got the Six of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups, which we've already seen this week. The Six of Wands is a reminder that this is not the highest path for us. This is not the most successful path. And the Eight of Cups here is asking and calling us to go to higher ground emotionally, to find our power emotionally, really, by relinquishing what our current existing emotional attachments. So as if that wasn't clear enough, I pulled some cards, asking through what's the Seven of Pentacles? What are we lingering? What are we looking at? What are we holding on to? And this isn't just a love message. I'll say it in this way. The Seven of Pentacles here for me, although I've kind of completed this cycle, it represents what I was saying about my relationship to tarot reading and my concept of the way that I needed to read and the work that I needed to be doing in order to be financially stable and secure. And it wasn't just money. Like, I don't do this work because I'm money oriented. I do it because I'm gifted and I love it, and that's why I'm still doing it. Okay, like, I'm not making money from doing this, so like, I'm still doing it, but I had a concept of what that work could look like and what it could create in my life, and it just wasn't where Spirit was trying to take me. And I had to come to that realization and understanding in a fairly painful way, to be honest, before I was able to relinquish it and go to new emotional ground, which is for me having more of my emotional resources, and it's opened and freed me up to start doing the dailies. And for those of you who are curious, yes, I will still be doing the monthly zodiac readings. So that's just a demonstration of how this energy doesn't just have to be about a lover. So when I asked Spirit about the Seven of Pentacles here and what it means, how it's expressing. We have the Two of Wands as the first card here in reverse, and this is talking about our refusal to move on and to go into something more expansive, to move out into the unknown and to change our world, really. This is us staying stuck, committed, bolted to what already exists and really wanting to make this work. But you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is that the cycle wants to change and that new opportunity, new blessing, new experiences wants to come through for you. Spirit is ready to change the circumstances of your life. But as I've said to you all week long, it's dependent on the Death card here. It's dependent on some endings. This is Scorpio energy. We have Venus retrograded in Scorpio in a matter of days. So this is a time to release what we strongly hold value of placed attachment on. So I ask Spirit, what does that process pertain to? I have two messages down here. For some of you, it's the soulmate. So it's what I've been talking about all week. This is the soulmate connection card in the context of this reading anyway. And it's saying you need to release your expectations about this. Because it's been creating this for you. It's been giving you pain, sleepless nights, distress, anxiety. And then you need to exit this cycle. This is not helpful to anybody, not yourself, not your purpose in the world. This is a stagnant, stuck energy. It's also, it's really harsh. It feels vicious to me. A vicious cycle even. It needs to be released is really the energy. It's in reverse because it's saying you have to step out of this, and your beliefs about this is what's kept you here. And then you've got the Fool card, which is, it's not just leaving it to have nothing, it's leaving it to step into a new cycle. And that is a confirmed message. It keeps coming up. Now, for those of you for whom it isn't a soulmate relationship, we have the King of Wands here. This is something that you want to execute. This is your power. This is something that you want to bring into fruition. This is something that you want to see yourself express externally. Okay, so this is just something that you're feeling very, I think I mentioned the word ambitious earlier in the week. You feel ambitious about something. It's something you really, really, really want to do, but there's a block, and you've been struggling trying to make this thing work, trying to see it grow. This could pertain to looking for a job. It could pertain to buying a house, any of these things. You're struggling to see yourself come into the fullness of your power in your life, and it's because the Devil card is here. So there's some entrapment going on a deeper level. There are some spiritual blocks. There's some stuff that's still inside you that needs to come to light, really. Like I said, coming back to the foundation. And this is why you've got the Chariot in reverse, which is that you can't move forward on this thing, not right now anyway. You have to relinquish it. Like I said with the creative work, or what I said about myself and tarot reading, like I've stopped doing personal one-to-one readings. I literally have to relinquish this process in order to be able to move forward in other parts of my life. Now, the last three cards I have, for those of you who are struggling to relinquish, for those of you for whom this message is a little sharp, you feel discouraged, the first three cards I have here about the difficulty relinquishing, which we've already talked about this week. Six of Pentacles, there's an imbalance here. There's not the right kind of flow of energy, and you will be impoverished by maintaining this cycle. I don't just mean physical, material impoverishment. I do mean emotional, spiritual impoverishment. It's also got the Five of Wands here, which is saying you're fighting yourself, you're at war within yourself, and this is what needs to end. And then we've got the Seven of Swords here, which is really deception. This can be self-deception in this case. Not allowing yourself to see the truth of the situation, or you being deceived because you are looking, so you're focused on one aspect of the situation and not seeing the bigger picture. But the motivation for moving on is the Ten of Cups. This is it. This is the card that came out. So it's not a doom and gloom reading. And truth be told, if it were just like, look, you just got to go through the difficult period, I'd just lay it out and say that straight. But it's not. It's actually moving on to something better. And you have to be motivated by your concept of Ten of Cups here. We had this card yesterday, I'm pretty sure, in the form of this the Ten of Cups satiety. You need to be able to move forward into what feels more satisfying, what is more nourishing, what is more sustainable. and what is a more complete picture. And so you just have to have faith in this as you relinquish, release, and let go. That's your message for today. Don't forget the Venus retrograde webinar. You can check that out on my website, nicoleblack.com. And I will see you for tomorrow's reading. Much love.